Brendan, Jeremy told you in the building, how pleased are you to get that one over the line?
Yeah, we're delighted. He's obviously a very talented player coming from one of the big leagues. So yeah, and what I like in fullbacks in terms of that athleticism and quality with the ball, he obviously possesses that. So yeah, we're delighted we got it done in the end, and obviously he's here to the end of the season. So I look forward to working with him.
Just to clarify, is there an option to buy Jeremy at the end of that loan deal, or is it strictly just...
No, it's strictly a loan for now.
Has that been one that you were thinking about in the past? Has there been interest from you and Jeremy beforehand, or was it just...
Yeah, no, it was one that we were aware of. He was one that was off limit for us a number of months back. You know, we weren't able to get him, but he was one that our recruitment team were very much aware of, and but thankfully we were able to strike a deal. So there's a lot of work has gone into that with the club, and to try and get that over the line, and obviously the boys had to sacrifice a little bit as well. So that shows you his mentality and wanting to come here and play, and yeah, so it's very good for us. He's a player that can defend the middle of the field well as a full back, but also can get out, and he's very fast and dynamic in them situations. So yeah, so he will add to our squad, and we're delighted he's here, especially with, you know, the likes of young Tony Ralston being injured.
In terms of the Europa League, in terms of registering players, 3 players to be added. You've added 4 in this window. One of them having to lose out. Which have you thought of 3 you're going to add yet in terms of the deadline?
Not really, no.
No?
Not right now. You probably thought more about it than me.
Well, I imagine, would Jeremy be one that you would want to put in that Europa League squad?
I would think so, yeah.
You obviously brought in the other 3 players yesterday, and they've gone back out on loan. What's the thinking behind sending them straight back out?
Yeah, I think that what we've done over the course of this window is bring some players in for now, and obviously the strategy within the club is obviously to protect the future of the club. So young talented players that have qualities, but it's important that they continue to play. So that's been the case with those going back out. Young Marianne will continue his first team football, where he's playing through till April, and then his plan will be to come back to here. Be here for a few months, training with the squad. He won't be able to play, of course, but adapt to life here at Celtic and in the city, and then come the summer he'll be fit and raring to go.
How satisfied are you with all the dealings in the transfer window?
Yeah, it's been very good. I think we've brought in key areas that we wanted to. We signed Scott Brown, which is equally as important, if not more. You know, him signing for another 2 years is a huge boost for the squad and for the club. And like I say, the club has looked at the now and also for the future, so it's been a productive window.
Was there a point that you thought that Scott wasn't going to sign and he was going to take that opportunity?
No, I've always been relaxed on it. We've just tried to give him and respect him and his position as captain and everything he's done for the club, just give him that time. You know, it's not something that we wanted to rush him, especially at the beginning. But obviously as time goes on, then I think he was aware that he needed to make a decision. He's always felt the need to be here and the want to be here, but of course he has to listen to other opportunities, especially when they're attractive. You know, he's 34 at the end of this season, so he's, you know, we give him that respect. So, but we're delighted that he signed, and you've seen him in the last couple of games now. He's got his sort of fitness back, and he's played very well.
To Johnstone on Sunday, obviously same again. How do you approach this? Is it the same again, or is it double bluff, or?
It doesn't really work like that, Ronnie. The old double bluff one, but it's another game. It's another tough game. We played very well the other night, but you've got to prepare for a different game. McDermott Park, we've always played very, very well up there. So our strategy going into the game is to work as hard as we did the other night, and like we say, in these types of games you've got to ensure that defensively you're very strong, you're very concentrated, and then hopefully then your quality comes through.
How pleased are you with the start to 2019? 12 goals for, none against, and full game.
Yeah, the intensity of our game has been good. I think we were in need of that break. I think if any team needed it after all the games that we played, it was very beneficial for us, certainly. So that's given us that freshness, and then the young players that we brought in has given us a real impetus in into the league and the cup games, and you can see that freshness and the hunger in the team. So yes, it's been a good start. And sometimes these games are difficult because these are the games you're expected to win, and managers and coaches will tell you they're never always as easy as that. But we've played very well, good concentration in the games, and then qualified for next rounds and got our points in the league.
Rodgers, is he back in contention for this one?
No. Tom was actually going to be out for about 6 weeks,
Right.
which is a real blow for us because he went to London. He came back from the Asian Cup and with Australia. He had an issue with his hand out there, and then he obviously got injured with his knee. So he went down to London with our member of our medical team yesterday just to check that his hand didn't need an operation. And whilst he was there, we thought we would just ensure that we had his knee looked at. And his knee showed up that he had a lateral meniscus problem, which is going to put him out for up to 6 weeks. So not what we were expecting, but the way football works. So it's unfortunate.
So that was aggravated out in the UAE when he was out there with Australia, right?
Yeah, he played, and then one of his last game, he landed awkwardly, and unfortunately it's tweaked his lateral meniscus.
Did you say he needed that operation in his hand?
No,
No,
actually he won't need the operation in his hand, but needs it on his knee.
Very unfortunate for Tom, isn't it? He's had problems with injuries in the past.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, Ronnie. So but he's good character. It's disappointing for us, of course, because we've missed him for the period of time he's been out for the last month or so. So to have him out for another 6 weeks is a blow. But hopefully he'll come back very quickly.
Is Toljan ready to come straight in and hit the ground running? He's not played a lot of first team football. I don't think he's played any actually.
Yeah, not played. He's played in the off season there. He's played some games over the winter break for Dortmund, but we're just going to assess that. He's obviously clearly here to play. He's got a real natural fitness, but of course the game fitness is different. But he's straight in. We're assessing the levels he's at, and then I'm sure fairly soon, whether it's Sunday or not, we shall see. But he'll be up to speed pretty soon.
And Bio, how's his progress? He was training this morning. Is he?
Yeah, he's coming along very well. I think he's in the sort of period where we're giving him like a mini pre-season because he hasn't done anything since the 8th of December. So he needs to come in here and find his strength and find his fitness, and then from that he will hopefully be available.
Could he feature this weekend, Brendan?
Who's that?
Bio, could he feature this weekend?
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
It's the first time in months that everybody in the league table has played exactly the same number of games. Are you comfortable now with the position that you're in, and do you feel that gives the true status of the league?
Well, obviously it clearly does. You know, you are where you deserve to be, Roddy. You know, so I think that having played in so many games and so many cup competitions, we're in a position now where we're 6 points clear. It's an advantage, but it's not a huge advantage. But our concentration now over these next numbers of games is just to focus on each game. Bring our best game into everyone. Focus on our performance. And like you see, we know when we do that, we can play at a very high level. So there's still a hell of a long way to go. People are looking at 6 points as a big advantage. It's a nice cushion. You'd rather have it than not, but there's still a long way to go.
Brendan, during your time at Celtic, you've often played with quite a lopsided formation, and a lot of our ball progressions and attacking threat came from pure interior and left-hand side. With Toljan coming in, is he a player that could help you to change the balance of the side and maybe provide a different attacking dynamic offensively down the right-hand side as well as on the left? Yeah,
I think firstly what gets forgot a little bit sometimes, you bring in another player, is the current player we have in Mikael Lustig. This is a Swedish international, great guy who's been a very prominent part of our success in my time here, and been absolutely brilliant. And if you looked at what he's created and assisted over the last few games in terms of his quality, yeah, he's been fantastic, and he gives us that ability to play, you know, and swivel our formation at times, but also he can do that role where he pushes on. But of course, Jeremy comes in with that real speed and can bring another dynamic to our game. Like you say, Kieran on one side has that. Jeremy gives you the possibilities of doing that. But it's very important that you can attack well and with quality from both sides, and thankfully we can do that.
Thank
Okay.
you.